Today, there are 1.8 billion young people between the ages of 10 and 24 in the world. It is the largest cohort in human history. Meeting these will be a challenge, but is also a big opportunity. They hold our shared future in their hands. Every day we read about young people lending their lives and patience to fighting for change, social change, political change, change in their communities. Imagine what they create inventions, maybe new medicine, new model transportation, new ways to communicate, sustainable economies, and maybe even a world at peace. But this opportunity, this youth dividend, is not a given. 1.8 billion young people and young men are standing at the door of the hotel. Are they ready? Right now, too few of them are. My favorite part of my job of UNICEF it is a chance to talk to, meet with, and hear young people all around the world, and they tell me about their hobbies and dreams. And they have amazing hopes and dreams for that to their accomplish in their lives. What they're also telling me is that they have feels. They feel they're facing a series of urgent crises, a crisis of demographic, a crisis of education, a crisis of employment, a crisis of violence, and a crisis for girls. If you look at this crisis, you really realize that there need to be addressed now, because they tell us their word. Their word that they might not get education that they need. And you know what? They're right. 200 million adolescents around of school wide world, about a population of Brazil. And those that are in school feel that they may not be getting right skills. Globally, 6 in 10 children and young people do not meet a minimum proficiency level for reading and mathematics. No country can be successful if nearly half of its population of young people are unable to read or write. And what about the lucky few who are in secondary school? Many of them are dropping because they're worried that they're not getting skills that they can use to make a light home, and sometimes their parents can no longer afford the fees. It's a tragedy, and young people are also telling me that they're worrying about that they won't be able to find a job. And again, they're right. Every month, 10 million young people reach working age. It's a staggering number. Some will go on for further education, but many will enter workforce, and our world is not creating 10 million new jobs each month. The competition is fierce for the jobs that are available. So imagine being a young person today, needing a job, seeking a livelihood, ready to build a future, and opportunities are hard to find. Young people are also telling me that they're worrying that they're not getting the skills that they need. And again, they're right. We are finding ourselves at a time in the world when the world is changing so fast forward. We're in the fourth educational revolution, industrial revolution. Young people do not want to be on the farms and rural community. They wanted to learn future skills for future work. They want to learn digital technology and green technologies. They want to have a chance to learn modern agriculture. They want to learn business and entrepreneurship so that they can create a business and their home. They want to be nurses, radiologists, and pharmacists and doctors, and they want to have all of the skills they need in the future. They also want to learn the trades like construction and electricians. There are these are all professions that a country need, as well of these professions that have not been invented yet. And young people are also telling me they're worried about violence at home, online, in school, in their communities. And again, they're right. A young person can have hundreds of friends on social media, but when they need to find a friendly face, someone who can be there as their friend to talk to, they do not find one. They face bullying, harassment, and more, and hundreds of millions are facing exploitation and abuse and violence. Every 7 minutes, an adolescent boy and girl somewhere in the world is killed by act of violence. And girls are telling me they're especially worried about their future. And sadly, they're right too. Girls face prejudice and discriminations. They face early childhood marriage, and they face life-threatening early. Imagine a population of United States, not double it. That's a number of human who were married before the 18th birthday, 650 million, and many were mothers while they were still children themselves. One out of every three women will face physical abuse and sexual abuse in her lifetime. So no wonder girls are worried about future. These angry crises and your reality in your life, and perhaps you had opportunities for good education, for marketable skills and getting a job, and maybe you never faced violence or prejudice or discrimination, but there are tens of millions of young people who are not so lucky, and they are sounding the alarm for their future. And that is why UNICEF and our many public and private partners are launching a new global invitation. Young people themselves have, and it's called Generation Unlimited or Genu or Genu. So what they're saying is it's our time, it's our turn, it's our future. Our goal is very straightforward. We want every young person in school learning, training, or age by the year 2030. This goal is urgent, it's necessary, it's ambitious, but think it's also achievable. So we're calling out for cutting edge solutions and new ideas. Ideas that will give young people a fitting chance for their futures. We don't know all answers, so we're reaching out of business and government and non-profit and academia and communities and innovators for help. Genius is to be open platform where people can come and share their ideas and solutions about what work, what is not work, and importantly, watch mind work. So if we can take these ideas and some good partners and a good political, we think that scale up to reach thousands and millions of people around the world. And with this is approach, we're also going to something new. We're going to co-design and co-create with young people. So in Zenju, they're going to be in steering up all in Argentina. There is a program we, where we connect who are in rural, remote, hard to reach mountains communities with something themselves a secondary school teacher. So these students come to classroom, they joined by community teacher and they connected to urban schools online. And there is a secondary school teacher who is teaching them about digital technologies and a good secondary school education with, without them over having to leave their own communities. And in South Africa, there's a program called Techno Girls, and these are girls from a disadvantaged neighbors who are studying as a STEM program area: science, technology, engineering, and math, and they have a chance to job shadow. This is a way that they then can in jobs that are engineering, in science, and maybe in space program. In Bangladesh, we have partners who are training thousands of young people in the trades that they can become a micro or mobile phone service people. But these are a chance to see their own livelihoods and maybe even to have a business of their own. And in Vietnam, there is a program where are pairing young entrepreneurs with the need in their own local communities. So with this program, a group gathers and they decided that they would solve the problem of transportation for people with disabilities in their communities. So with a mentor and we a new app to help whole community. And I've seen how these programs can make a difference. When I was in Lebanon, I visited a program called Girl Got IT or Girls Got It. And in this program, girls who have been studying computer skills and STEM program have a chance to work side by side with young professionals so they take it can what's it like to be architect, a designer or scientist. And when we see these girls smiles on other faces, hot lights in their eyes, they are so excited, they have hope for future, they want to change the world. And now with this program and these mentors, they will be able to do it. But these ideas, program, and just at a start, they only reach a fraction of young people they want to need. We want to take these ideas and find ways to scale them up, to reach more young people in more communities in more places around the world. And we want to dream big. Could every school everywhere in the world, no matter how remote and mountains, or even its refugee, connected to the internet? Could we have instant translation so that you could get good education in your own language in anywhere in the world? And would it be possible that we connect education in your school with the skills that you're going to need to our shop on so, so that you actually can move from school to work and more. Can each one of us help? In our everyday lives, in our workplaces, other ways that we could support young people. Young people asking us for apprenticeships, for job shadowing, for internships. Could we do this? Young people also asking us for work study program, place where they can learn and earn. Could we do this? And could we reach out at less advantage and help them? Young people are also saying that they want more space and more voice, so they can to help each other in HIV centers, in refugee camps, but also to stop online. Um, we need ideas. We need ideas, are big and small, ideas and local and global. This, in the end, is our responsibility. A massive generation of young people are about to inherit our world. It is our duty to leave a legacy of hope and opportunity for them, but also with them. Young people are 25% population, but they are 100 of our future. Of our future, and they're calling out for finding a chance to build a better world. So their call should be our calling. The calling is our time of our time. The time is now. The need is urgent, and 1.8 billion young people are waiting. Thank you.